Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another amazing Minecraft discussion, I hope for you today, on the gratitude lifestyle. And so I was, hi Caesar, that's little Caesar. So here we go. So, all right, my name is Kimberly Quinn, and I'm here, there's Hamlet. I am here to have another, hopefully exciting conversation, another Minecraft conversation on the lifestyle gratitude, and brought the goats into it. Interestingly, a good friend from St. Mike's, Annie Bates, she was just saying, hey, where are the goats? She saw that Giovanni was involved in things, and I was literally getting ready to walk out the door to film one with the goats. Oh, there's little Caesar just following me around. He's a little bit strange, but very sweet. All right, Annie, so there you go. There they are. So, okay, the lifestyle gratitude. Lifestyle of gratitude. We're talking in the last video about gratitude as a habit, which is very important. That's part of this, but not the whole thing. So we talked about habits being repeated behaviors, right? Oh, here comes King. There's all kinds of birds in his... I hate to shave his goatee because it's so much a part of his perceived masculinity. He's healthy about his manhood, though, so maybe he'll be okay with it. All right, so the habits are repeated behaviors. We just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And eventually, the brain just kind of knows what to do on its own. So obviously, we all know that can go in a good way or a bad way. You know, we've got, smoking habits, and obviously addiction is that amped up a little bit, right? Or amped up a lot. But really, that's what we're talking about, is doing the same thing over and over, and the brain already knows what to do, so it doesn't need a command from you. So that can also work in our favor, and here's why. We only have so much cognitive space each and every day to sort of manage life, all of it, decision making, filtering out, what means what, and putting stuff in categories, and managing our day and work and family and appointments. And all right, that's enough. All right, that's enough. Go play. So he's a little odd, but we love him. Anyway, so here's the thing: my habits can really save valuable life minutes. Again, they can do the reverse, but we're staying with the positive right now. Because whatever we can train our brain to do on its own, in a good way, frees up space for life and managing our day. So this is why it's so important. So you're talking about, I was sharing with you my own, routine with, oh, hi, Ham. There you go. With, the hot tea gratitude journal, da-da-da-da-da. And I don't have to think about any of that. It's right on the windowsill. I grab it, walk by. I'm grateful for. Tea, minute of mindfulness. My thing I'm adding is our son got me those nice weights, which I've done a little bit. I want it to be an everyday thing. So I'm going to add that, which is also habit stacking. We talked about that because my morning routine is so etched in stone. I don't have to think about it. It takes less than 10 minutes. And it's so when we habit stack, we increase the chances of the new habit sticking, because it's kind of piggybacking on something that's already working and working really well. So my 3s and 5s, as they say, I'm going to start that first thing in the AM, actually. And then we talked about also writing it down and implementing your intention, because James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, a book that was I was turned on to by our daughter's boyfriend Nathan, and right up my alley, that's for sure. When we do the intention thing, we actually write it down. I'm going to do this behavior at that time in this location. It's about a 90% success rate with people actually doing it. Okay, so according to the James Clear book, Atomic Habits. So here we go. So now we're going to amp all of that up, all that stuff we already talked about, into an actual gratitude lifestyle. And so earlier, James Clear was also talking about the type of person we want to be, and really thinking about that. We talked about how the habits rolled into that, so I don't want to repeat for folks. But now if we amp it up another level, think about the type of person you want to be, and think about the lifestyle you want to have. Do you want to be calm, or do you want to have, kind of have chaotic energy leaking out all over the place, right? Do you want to be relaxed? Calm and relaxed are not really the same thing. Similar, but different. Otherwise, it'd be the same word, right? Or do you want to be all hyper energy as opposed to high energy? High energy is good. Hyper energy is difficult to be in the body for that person, and also kind of annoying to other people around you. And there's such a big difference. That's why I had to change the whole ADHD misnomer thing, because who likes to be called hyper when you're an adult? Not me, and I'm super high energy. There's very different, because one is like, they're very different. One is positive and one not so much, right? You know, high energy, I picture somebody bouncing in yoga pants, spreading positivity. Hyper, I think of somebody just like annoying, you know, chaotic, talking too much, not listening to anybody, just causing chaos. Do you want to be that? Think about it. Do you want to be sad a lot, or do you want to be happy? Do you want to be an optimist, or do you want to be a pessimist? And not that it's all super polarized, because there's a whole middle. Maybe you want to be more optimistic, less pessimistic, that sort of thing. And so that gratitude is really truly a lifestyle. So it can definitely become a habit, and habits lead into, just like James Clear said, becoming that type of person we want to be. I want to be a grateful person. And then we talked about asking that question, just like when he talked about the woman who lost all that weight. She said, what would a healthy person do right now if she's presented with a tough choice at a restaurant, or, you know, whatever? What would a healthy person do right now? Well, what would a grateful person do right now? And here's the thing, and on a deeper level, we talked about getting into this. When we practice gratitude, we know that whatever we practice, we inevitably get better at. The brain loves patterns. So we can get good at playing the violin, playing soccer, robbing banks. Whatever we practice, we will inevitably get better at. So when we're writing in the gratitude journal, and it needs to be written, saying it's extra, that's good, but I am grateful for, I am grateful for, I am grateful for, it gets easier, lower maintenance. After about 21 days, the habit will shift and stick. It should, that's an average. And then it can start to become our lifestyle. So when you're presented with something during your day, and you start to pout about something super petty and stupid, what would a grateful person do right now? Well, it doesn't mean minimize feelings, or, you know, negate them or minimize them. It means to, okay, maybe something was really, truly hurtful that was said, or really whatever. Is still, we can pick out something that we're grateful for out of it. In fact, even the extreme example would be a funeral, right? Because even at funerals, which are obviously no one looks forward to, especially if they're tragic. I mean, none of them are fun. But a tragic one even worse. And still, we can still, if we really, you know, search hard, we can find something positive. Usually that people have gotten together. They've come together not only on behalf of and in memory of the person who just passed, but for the people left here who love that person, and being supportive, and usually saying happy memories about the person. There are positive things even to a funeral. So if you can do that for a funeral, right? If we can do that for a funeral, we can certainly do that in our everyday life, with, you know, snarky comments said at work, this, that, how come, my tire blew. Well, you know what? Thank goodness you weren't in a head-on collision. And again, it doesn't mean to minimize stuff. We can say, okay, this sucks, but then move on. It sucks. Nobody wants to have a tire blow. You're late to something. It costs money. It's hot out. You know, blah, 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 blah. But to really get in ahead, and here's the thing, as mentioned before, if you really want the gratitude lifestyle, remember that the brain is also wired to do exactly one thing at a time. So people say, oh, I'm just good at multitasking. I almost said multi-slacking. Maybe that you can be good at. Oh, I'm so good at multitasking. No, you're not. You're really not. You might think you are. You might hear somebody else think they are. And you can just politely say, no, you're really not. Because cognitively speaking, the brain is wired to do exactly one thing at a time. One thing only. What appears to be multitasking is a quick shift in attention. So here's the good news. If you are actually immersed, in the moment, mindfulness and gratitude go together like peas and carrots. If you're in the moment, being grateful for the hot tea, grateful for your partner, grateful that it's raining because you need a day to just hang out and read a book and have like kind of an excuse to do it. If you're grateful for, you know, the meal you just made, that you have food at all, that you're healthy, that you can walk, that you can see, that you can hear. Not everybody can. Whatever it is, it can be small stuff, big stuff, anywhere in the middle. Here's the thing. You cannot be anxious in that moment. If you're really in it, you cannot. Because the brain does one thing at a time, or depressed in that minute. Not saying these videos are meant to be in place of any professional treatment. You know, I say that a lot. Here's the thing that's just plain and simply true. Also that the goats just disappeared in the woods. But I think that it's so hot that that's where it's feeling good right now. All right, so the practice of gratitude leads to habits of gratitude, which leads to a lifestyle of gratitude. And you know what? Say that stuff. Say that stuff. I practice gratitude. Say it. I do. You know, if you want the gratitude lifestyle, and again, if you come up in your day, just like the woman who's struggling with her weight, what would a grateful person do right now? What would someone who practices gratitude right now? What would someone who really wants and is practicing a gratitude lifestyle, their lifestyle? That means that it's more than a day, it's more than a task. It's who you are and what you represent and the vibration you put out in the world, which means that stuff is also helping other people and affecting their lives as well. So whatever lifestyle, can be negative too, right? But we good vibes that are practicing gratitude, not just in the morning. I practice it all day on, honestly, but it's like formally practiced in the morning. Okay, man, you just like leaking good vibes all over the earth that can only go someplace good. Plus, you'll be less anxious, less sad, less all of it. And gratitude is the key. There are other smaller keys, but it's the big key to happiness. Together with mindfulness, because this minute, our life minutes right now, are all we've got, right? All we've got. So there you go. The gratitude lifestyle. Just ask yourself, what would a grateful person do? That's awesome. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from the beautiful Northern Vermont in my backyard with goats in the woods. All right, that was for you, Annie. Peace out.